What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike. This is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark the Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And again, we always have tons of wrestling to cover. But first, we have our wrestling retrospect. And last week, you picked the Dudley Boys.
Yes, sir. Let's see who I got first. Like I said, I wanted to go ECW first. So the one I picked is ECW Hardcore TV. It says 3/1/1997, the Dudley Boys versus the Gangsters.
Oh,
And so the Gangsters are, what is it, New Jack and Mustafa. What is interesting about this is it starts with a match between Spike Dudley and I think it's Axel Rotten, and Spike loses. But him and the Dudleys aren't on the same team. Can
yeah.
do you have any knowledge of this? Why they
Uh,
want to kick Spike's ass?
because he's like their half-witted like stepbrother kind of thing. So they all weren't close to him, so they just wanted to beat his ass every time.
Damn. All right. Well, he lost the match, got messed up in the match, and then they came to beat his ass with chairs.
Yeah,
That's crazy. And then the gangsters come out to generic music because this apparently is from the network, and they did not want to pay Ice Cube for the actual song that they used in ECW, which when I think about it, did ECW actually pay for that song? I don't know. And then it just turns crazy. Blood, tables, and this is the one if you've ever seen the clip
yeah,
where New Jack runs and jumps off the balcony and you can't even see if he lands
yeah.
on the person, which is Devon on a table, and he does. And dude, it's matches like this that make me actually sad that I did not watch ECW because they just if you if you didn't know any better, you would think the building was gonna fall apart. They were just going nuts. It's crazy.
Nice.
So uh Dudley still win, which is crazy.
Yep.
I think it was a Bubba Cutter, I believe it was, on New Jack, and then he got the pin. And there you go.
All right. My first one is gonna be more. I'll say more of in the last 15 years. This is also for the WWE Tag Team Championship. This was the return of the Dudley Boys, but this is the first pay per view they were in. This was the New Day versus the Dudley Boys. Um, I
Somehow I knew you were gonna pick that
I
one.
love that.
Why I didn't pick it? Why I didn't pick it?
Um, so I just love the storyline that they had between this with the save the tables and the little videos they had for that, and that shit was hilarious. And they had this whole big thing of them not breaking the tables, but this was also a tables match, and they put Xavier Woods. This is when he came out looking like Rufio, and he got
I was not watching at the time, so I did not see this.
yeah, he came out looking like Rufio from Hook. And I think he even said this on the podcast with Devon Dudley was that that's the one thing he really wanted to do is to get taken through the table, and then he's been the dude that always like, took the table bump. But this was actually the Dudley's tag team championship. They won it off the New Day, and it was a really fun match. So this was Night of Champions 2015, and yeah, New Day versus Dudley Boys for the tag team titles.
Okay, the second one I picked. This was for the ECW Tag Team Championships. It is the Eliminators versus the Dudley
Oh,
Boys.
that's Perry Saturn and some dude. I forgot the other guy's name.
Hostile City Showdown, 1997. I believe the Dudleys, but the Eliminators was I'm not familiar with the guy like you said.
Yeah, I know one is
There
Perry
was
Saturn, and I
Saturn.
forget the other one.
Yeah. Again, I wish I was watching. There's the what did he call himself? The guy, the heavyset guy with the bow tie with no shirt on.
Oh, Big Dick Dudley.
No, he's like an announcer for the Dudleys, but I guess he's an announcer for whoever's under him. Like he's a manager.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I think his name is Joel. It
Joel.
says Joel Gertner is
Okay.
his name. And so this match, not very long. It's actually very hard hitting though. The Eliminators had very, very badass, and they looked like they hurt every time they did them types of tag moves, which was very cool. Um, I guess hence that a name. They did that really cool the jumping kick, the high low, basically.
Yeah.
But in this match, before they could get that off, it was like a double team into Saturn taking out Devon into Bubba reversing into a Bubba cutter. The moment Saturn comes in, Devon wakes up from getting knocked down, runs directly under his clothesline. Like it's kind of a smooth transition, which is why I'm describing it. And then just hits him with a 3D, and it's like bam, 1, 2, 3, no false kickouts and nothing. I'm like, damn,
Nice.
and they just won.
Nice.
It was cool. It was pretty good.
My second one, I know they have tons of matches on ECW, but this one's in particular is a special one because it's in a different country. So this is ECW Hardcore TV 1998. This is December 19th, and this is the Dudley Boys versus Rob Van Dam and Sabu. What makes it special? This is also in FMW's ring. This is in Japan, and this was for the tag team championships. I think RVD and Sabu were the champions at the time, and they just showcased a lot of stuff like straight in ring, but they also had that hardcore style into it. As in you see a Japanese chair get broken over, Bubba's head, and get a Van Terminator on him as well. So you see a lot of the athletics back and forth. You see the lead Death Drive got reversed, and then it went to a five star frog splash, and Sabu and RVD like jumped on him for the pin.
Were they retaining or
They retained.
gotcha?
But it was a really good match, and it was also a nice different setting because it was in Tokyo, Japan, and not in ECW arena. So it was a different crowd reaction too.
Okay, cool. And the last one I picked was from Impact or TNA at the time. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash versus Team 3D.
Nice.
This is August 18th, 2010. Um, this one, I believe there was a little bit of a story going into it. They talk about some backstage shenanigans, and I think Hogan was actually involved with uh basically the Wolfpack getting the match. They also do come out to the Wolfpack theme, but they do not have Master P's vocals.
Okay.
That's interesting. So they have basically an instrumental version of the Wolfpack song, which honestly still pretty cool. Um, it's mostly an ass whooping.
Yes.
Honestly, it's mostly an ass whooping by the Dudleys. It's probably because they were in better shape. Who we kidding? Um, Scott, I mean, to be fair, Scott and Kevin, they still looked the part, but you could tell Scott was more selling his ass off during this match than he was fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Kevin Nash was basically playing like well, I guess like the dirty player, because he would be the one to grab objects and like slam the cage in Bubba's face, which also backfired because he got a chair slammed on his hands. Um, but like I said, this was a Dudley ass whooping through the crowd, back into the cage because it was a cage match, and then 3D
Nice.
on Scott Hall through a table. So that's it, and the Dudleys won.
Yeah. I was actually trying to see if the Dudley Boys fought the Steiners in ECW, and I know because I know Steiners had a small run on ECW, but it was
Hmm.
Dudley and Scorpio and Too Cold Scorpio left for them.
Okay. All
Dudley was like one of their brothers and shit like that, so it wasn't actually Team 3D or Team Dudley Boys. But I got found one on TNA, which wasn't that great of a match. It was just like it was what it was, but it was just hard hitting because it looked like they couldn't do nothing else but hit each other hard. And this was in Impact Wrestling. This is Hard Justice 2007. This is Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner versus Team 3D, Brother Ray and Brother Devon. Um, this is also in the six-sided ring, which I'm hearing that six-sided ring hurt more than the actual regular ring. So you can tell that these guys weren't used to it, and how they wrestled really showed that they weren't used to it. Uh, this was Scott Steiner falling like a bag of potatoes, so a lot of the moves he just looked like he just went down hard. Steiner looked like he was winded, but other than that, they still sold a lot of their tag team moves, and Team 3D loses, but they lost the TNA Tag Team Champions to the Steiner Brothers.
right. What?
Yeah.
What the? So
I
you
didn't know
mean to
that
tell me
happened,
this?
and that's why the reason why I picked it. And
Yeah.
was
All
it a
right.
great match? No. Was it a hard hitting shit fest? Yes. But it was it entertaining? Yes.
Did Scott Steiner get to talk?
Um, no, but they had promos before it,
All right. Okay. All right.
and
All
Rick Steiner looked like he shouldn't have been there, or he was like one mortgage payment away, and he just needed some extra money,
right.
and that's why he wrestled.
Did he wrestle in jean shorts?
Nah, he wrestled in his old gear. He just again
Oh,
he shouldn't have wore that gear.
okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah. So, yep, we get the next wrestler on our wrestling retrospect at the end of the show. And we kick off our weekend wrestling, and we got Monday Night Raw to kick off. We kick off with the opening segment of Crown Jewel, where Seth Rollins made his way to the ring. He thanked Drew McIntyre for not aligning with Judgment Day and actually have a really good match. And then Sami Zayn showed up. They had a back and forth. They made him give back the Money in the Bank because, but he thanked him for saving him, and he promised him a world title match, and that happened later that night.
Yep. Good for him. Good deed rewarded.
There you go.
Kind of sucks that Adam Pierce made him give the briefcase back,
Yeah, it's
though.
bullshit.
But it is a work environment, so I
Yes.
understand.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I have to call HR on Sammy. We don't want that.
um, but we kick off with the first match of the New Day versus Judgment Day. Extremely good action, extremely good match going back and forth, and
It's
Judgment.
important
Yeah.
to say that this match came from a joke.
Yep. The Halloween costumes, right?
Yes. Yes. They offended Damian Priest and Finn Balor that much.
Yeah. But no one was dressed as Balor. Maybe that was the reason why he got mad.
No, the Judgment Day.
Big E
Day.
should have been Finn Balor. He should have had a
That's what.
picture.
That's true. No, but they said you're not the Judgment Day. What are you
Yeah.
doing? So they were offended.
Actually, I think Big E would have been Rhea Ripley if anything.
No, he would have been Dirty Dom.
Well,
No, I know,
yeah.
I know. What Woods was Dom, but he
What
should
was
have been.
dumb? Yeah.
He should have been Dirty Dom.
Really good match. Really good opening.
Solid match. Uh, what's going on with the New Day?
They're back and forth. They still give you competitive matches, but they look like they're still trying to get back into the swing of things.
They need E.
They need, even if
They
he's like
need E.
outside the ring.
They need Big E.
Yeah, you miss him. Akira Tozawa versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I would have just asked for a little bit more time on this match. Other than that, I thought it was solid.
I think it was interesting to have him have this joke character, but still have a somewhat competitive match against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, I agree.
It was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
It was very confusing. It's very confusing because they kind of play him more of a straighter character on NXT.
Yeah.
So it just feels kind of inconsistent. I wish they would stop trying to play Tozawa and just acknowledge that he was. They don't even talk about it. They don't say he was a cruiserweight champion. Yes, he was.
Yeah, cruiserweight champ. Yeah, he
Titus
was two time.
worldwide is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
he won a
They need to
choice.
put respect on Tozawa's name. That's all I'm saying.
Give him back his old team too. I like his old team.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we know
we
this.
can say all day about why they not there, but man, I wish they really would pay that money.
Yeah. We got The Miz versus Bronson Reed versus Ivar versus Ricochet for number one contendership for the IC Championship. I thought this match was excellent. Miz did his heel shit and found a way to win, but he got cheered for doing it, and it was great. I really enjoyed
Well,
this
that
match.
was after he did
Yeah,
his good guy routine,
yeah,
and went on basically 3 minutes of uninterrupted offense. Did a beautiful flying crossbody,
yep,
a spinning DDT, thanks to Ivar.
yep.
He was looking good,
Very good match.
but that's only when Miz has a point to prove.
Yep.
I look forward to him getting his chest slapped off by. uh, it's not gonna save you, Miz. It's not gonna save you.
We got we got the Creed brothers versus DIY.
That was good. That was very good. Solid. I mean, it looks good to see that they're having faith in the Creed brothers.
Yeah, and they're
It's
doing
not
good.
easy.
They're showing it too.
It's
But
not easy.
Luger Kaiser interrupts and they give the Creeds the win.
I mean, it's interesting, but it wouldn't be a surprise to me if I see the Creeds win the tag championships before DIY and before Alpha Academy.
Yeah, I see it because they're getting booked in that way.
No, but it's just like the stuff they do,
Yeah,
it's resonating with the fans more because just the physical stuff that they're capable of doing and the way they do it. I guess it just people just like seeing them move. I'm like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
all right, those power moves, they really do, they really are a spectacle. So
We have number one contendership women's battle royal. We had Becky Lynch, but she got beat up. But you got Nia Jax, Natalia, Tegan Knox, Chelsea Green, Piper Nevins, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Kaden Carter, Kaden Chance, Katana Chance, Xia Li, again, that's the one that beat up Becky Lynch, Maxine Dupree, Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Nikki Cross, Raquel Rodriguez, and Ivy Nile. Um, it was a solid battle royal. Nikki Cross had me laughing just staring in the abyss. But the winner is Zoe Stark.
I think there was a few people that got to shine. I know Ivy now has some good time, but then she also, this is the cool thing, I guess, coming through, is that the fact that she looked good because she has chemistry with a lot of those girls because those were like the last girls she ended up fighting with before they went up to the main roster.
Yeah,
So that works out. And then the last three, they all look great.
yeah,
Raquel fighting two women. Unfortunately, she got jumped.
yep,
And then you had the showdown between who I think they probably should be a tag team and like be given a chance. And that's Zoe Stark and Shayna.
yeah.
So
Their styles are similar, and they both kind of like they have similarities.
hmm they both want to beat your ass.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we have our main event, Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. I'm glad they gave it a chance to be a match and not just stopped it in the middle just to have the interference. Yes, we got the shenanigans towards the ending of the match, which is fine and also builds into the story of War Games and everything like that. Because Pierce got fucking pissed off. Everyone's fighting like War Games, motherfuckers, and you're gonna die. Y'all gonna die in War Games now. But you had a good spots of people coming in and saving the day. As in, you got Jimmy Uso, you had Rhodes, all have that spot of their entrance themes hitting and then coming in. Even though I still say that, why are you warning people that you're coming out? You should just run out and fucking attack people. I'm just saying. I know the aesthetic of it, but he's like, hey,
Yeah.
look, I'm coming out.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Don't announce it. Come from the crowd or anything, something like that. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
just saying, a ninja doesn't announce that he's gonna kill you. He's like, hey,
this
yo.
is true. You right.
So I'm
You
just
right.
saying. Yeah, I think you would have got better openings if you did not say that you were coming out, or
That's
had the
true.
music blasting and waiting for the cue for it to come out. Jimmy, Jay.
Yes, sir. The bad guys don't do it. So yeah.
But I actually really enjoyed the match one on one with Sami Zayn and Rollins. I think they have an amazing chemistry, and I would like to see that revisited for the world title again because they fucking went at it, and I would love to see that as a pay per view match and not just Monday Night Raw main event. So, but Monday Night Raw, I think it kicked into high gear after Crown Jewel, so I'm gonna go A for it.
I I like the main event. And to be honest, the story's still strong. All the stories are still strong.
Yeah.
Men's, women's, both tag. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I have no major gripes. So I'm gonna give it an A as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an A.
All right, we go NXT. NXT kicked off with the Heritage Cup. Yeah, Akira Tozawa versus Noam Dar. I liked the whole setting of the match and how they presented it. I also enjoyed Alpha Academy being there because they were hilarious. But yeah, Dar wins. It was a solid match.
I think this one was good. I have to give credit to Booker T the entire night. He was on he was on fire on commentary. There was some lines he had. It was just too funny. Um, he had some stuff to say, some choice words for Tozawa, and I like that he admitted, like towards the end of the match, that Tozawa had impressed him. So I at least appreciate that.
Yeah,
Um, as far as the match was, I thought it was good, but like I told you, it was just interesting to see how he's played straight on NXT
yeah,
more so than he is on the main roster, which I
yeah,
think he just looks better.
yeah.
He
I
looks
agree.
better when he's played as a talented individual. He doesn't have to just be the little shimmy dance
Yeah,
and go ah.
yeah,
Like, come on, man,
yeah.
come on. He's good,
Yep, yep. He is.
but he lost
Yeah, he did.
because they cheat, because Metaphor cheated. So
Yeah, yeah. And you had also like an even amount of people. Like y'all should have been prepared better.
you know what? Alpha Academy is too trusting.
Yeah,
They give you the benefit of the doubt.
they murdered this kid though. Omar he got murdered.
Yeah, well, you pissed off Otis. Sorry.
Oral Mesa he got fucked up.
Don't make Otis mad.
Yeah, he got fucking German on his back of his neck.
Well, that was Gable.
Yeah.
He got turned into street pizza by Otis.
Yep. Yep. He looked like the pizza Ninja Turtles when they get stomped by the
The big
big ball.
ball. Yep. Hmm.
um, we got Lyra Valkyrie addressing the as champion, her first time an NXT champion, and interrupted by Xia Li, and it looks like they're gonna be feuding for the NXT championship right now.
Which I think made sense. I was wondering how they were gonna make that little bit of a detail
Yeah.
make sense because it looked like it was an oversight, but
Yeah.
I like it. She was mad. She beat up Becky, and then she went to the next show and was like, "I'm gonna beat you up too."
Yep.
I
I'm
think
just
that worked.
hoping. I'm hoping for Xia Li to really show out in this match, like when they get that match, because I feel like she gets hurt and then she gets forgotten, or she does matches and she gets forgotten because she'll botch and things like that. So I'm really hoping for a really solid like outing out of him and maybe building her up after this.
I hope they don't forget about the two guys in the background that keep showing up.
Yeah. Are those
That's
her
what
foot
I'm wondering.
soldiers?
Are they
You know
gonna
it's
go
funny
back
because
to
you were
being?
talking about him the last week too, and then he popped up.
Yeah, they both have masks on.
They both yeah. Who's giving
So
them
let's
masks?
see.
All right, you got Iron Survivor qualifying match. You got Fallon Henley versus Tiffany Stratton. That was fucking wrong.
You talking about?
This match was wrong. Stratton defeats Henley, and she just like tossed her ass out like a bag, like a
I'm
garbage
just
bag.
saying. That's what you got to do to,
God
to
damn.
to to get that W. Mind you, she won, no interference, so you can't take it from her. She
Yeah.
she she beat that girl ass.
Yeah, she beat ass.
So.
It's just crazy. Von
Hmm.
Wagner versus Braun Breaker. It kind of just was a brawl. It was none like you kind of expect what it to expect, but yeah, it was what it was.
I thought it was solid. They was both angry as hell and running at each other, and it was nothing but big power moves, which I thought was good. You get to see, you get to see some range, right,
Yeah,
from Von Vanilla. Now
yeah.
he's got a little bit of flavor because he got to sell a head injury.
You should just wear a
He
helmet,
shouldn't be wrestling. This man should be home.
right? Like
Who
you
cleared him?
for a company that has like a crazy ass expectation for concussion protocols, and you're selling a storyline of this dude's head's like half open, and you fucking have him still wrestling people. That's it boggles my mind. At
It could have
times
been a
I'm like,
different injury,
yeah,
and they chose his head because of his past.
like put a helmet on the
It's
man or something. Have him wear that soft pad or some shit like that, man.
you said put a helmet on. That's you can't do that. You
Yeah, you
can't
can.
wrestle with that. He has to have the Josh Alexander. You can't have the real helmet.
Yeah, you can. Well, you
No,
can't
you
have the
can't.
helmet, but you could get the padding one, the one they use for like
That's what I said. You can use
clothes
the Josh
captioning,
Alexander.
or like the closed cap, like the ones that use for the mod connection when they put the people on video games. They have like a
Talking about the
helmet.
mocap head.
Yeah, it has like a padding helmet though for them to not
No,
bang their head.
he's got to earn that one. That gives him expectation of being in the next 2K. No.
I
He
think
he's
he
got to
is
earn that one.
Von Vanilla in the next 2K.
No, but
He's
he's
gonna be
not
your favorite
mocapping
character.
nothing.
He's gonna be your favorite character.
He's not gonna mocap nothing. He got to earn that. He got to
Yeah,
take that job away from LA Knight.
yeah, yeah. And this dude too. Was it Trent Beretta? He's done mocap.
Yeah, that's true.
He did Xavier Woods, if I'm not mistaken, for like 2K18 or some shit like that.
Okay, that's cool.
And Xavier Woods makes fun of his dance because like, yo, you have no rhythm.
That's pretty good. All right.
Yes, Carnage, but yeah, I still like it makes me scratch my head with the whole head injury. Like his head is half open, so now he has to wear this. I was like, yo, we've seen your head before. We didn't see this scar before.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's like Kane. It's like Kane selling. He had to shave his head, in front of his face, to make sure that he sold his burned face.
And even then, there was no burns. He was just white with no eyebrows. He
No
just cut his
eyebrows and
eyebrows off.
half his hair cut off.
He get in a bad fade.
Yeah,
He was like, "Give me the half baldy." What?
moldy.
All
The
right.
half Homer Simpson.
Yeah, exactly.
Canelo Jordan and Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice and Electra Lopez. It was an okay match. Perez and Jordan win.
I didn't like the match because it's just because of Pop Rocks. I hate that move. I don't care. The match was okay. It was fine. I mean, actually, it's actually good just because they constantly are together and do wear matching gear
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
Vice and Lopez, wrestle as a team.
Yeah.
So I guess I feel that that's good, but let's keep it going. They need some reps
Yeah.
because they don't really have too much of a tag team offense. They
Yeah, I
just
mean
like
more tag
set you
moves.
up for the next move, which is fine, but like they don't have anything.
Yeah.
So like let's get that ball rolling
And I
since
feel like they
We know Vice is the one that they have the eye on,
yeah.
right?
But
Um,
I also feel like they should also like do basic tag moves as well. Like you don't have to do anything special. It has to be like something.
that's
Twist the
true.
arm and have the other one elbow drop it. Fucking wishbone. It's old school as it is, but
Hmm.
those are things that show that you have unity in your team and just do tag moves.
That's true.
Don't have to be all flashy all the time. We got Otis versus Gulak.
That was cool. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting Otis versus Drew Gulak. I was looking for I was looking for Gable,
I thought it was
but
gonna be Gable too.
we got a even better surprise. I'm just saying the reaction for Otis is what I love to see.
Yeah,
It
everyone loves
was
Otis.
definite.
Otis.
Everybody was standing up. When he did the worm, people was there was not a butt in a seat. I
Yeah,
love it. Respect
yeah,
that man, and respect the gulag.
yeah.
Respect the gulag.
We have Iron Survivor Challenge qualifier Tyler Bate versus Dijak. Really good match.
I think this was a great hard hitting match. I'd like that they acknowledged both of their hard work because this was the Legends Choose match,
Yeah.
right? Mick Foley had chose these two guys.
Yep.
So again, I like that little tidbit at it, and this is gonna go on, I guess, for the rest of the for the, I guess I'm assuming for November.
Yeah.
This is the what we're doing.
Yep.
Um, but again, it was solid. I like how Bate was wrestling it like he had something to prove,
Yeah.
but that boy Dijak, he don't give a damn.
Yeah.
He
And
don't
then you
care.
had Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams face to face. Really good. And then you had Lexi
Yeah,
King come and interrupt it.
which was kind of hilarious. Listen. People were saying, "Man, what you doing out there?" I like him being tone deaf.
Yeah.
I like him not caring and just trying to prove his own theory. He was just like, "Go ahead, say it.
Yeah.
Say he did it." I'm like, "Damn, man, what's the matter with you? You betting on this or something?"
I think
So,
so. He has a bet.
yeah.
He does have a bet. He's like, yo, I need you to admit it, please. ten
but
thousand
but
dollars.
yeah, like that type of just blind. I'm trying to get this info, whether you care or not. Just makes him look crazy. So whatever. So I am looking forward to whatever happens.
Yep.
And stop talking about Mello like that. You ain't got no proof. You ain't got no proof that he did it.
He had a Shawn Michaels jacket.
Look, listen, man. It was a look-alike. It was not a. It wasn't an actual vintage HBK shirt. It was a
I'm,
look-alike.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The last time I seen that jacket on TV, he put a man through a glass window.
Oh man. Also, I would have to give a shout out to Ariana Grace because she was hilarious
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
little bit of time she
yeah,
had.
she was. Even
Again,
even
what
Jackie was watching. She just made her laugh.
like like when they were arguing and she kept saying inspirational lines in the back. I was like, how can these people not laugh? How can you not laugh?
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff.
And then she announced the match. Just like what? Damn,
All right,
that's good. That's
we
good.
got NXT. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it an A.
Solid.
Yeah, I can't kind of can't poo-poo it, man. If I'm looking at all the matches,
Yeah,
like last two matches were great. Tag match was solid. Braun and Braun and Vanilla was what it is, but it was more story. But it was Tiffy time, man. She put it down. Just
yeah,
saying. And Noam Dar and what? Yeah, it was good ass matches, man. I'm not sleeping on this show. I'm gonna give it a.
yeah. I go A as well. I thought it was a really solid show. I had like, a lot of good storylines going on and a lot of building for the next pay per view. So, um, yeah, I'm all for it. We go to AEW Dynamite. And we kick off with the AEW World Championship match. You have MJF versus Daniel Garcia.
That was a good match.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm glad. I'm personally glad that Garcia got that shot,
Yeah,
so he could show people what he could do. I like that he was more serious during that match, which is what they wanted.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Daddy says no, no dancing,
No dancing.
but no, it was close. And that's what you like to see. So maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Maybe. Um, you got Sting and Darby Allin versus the Outrunners.
I love this match. I'm sorry. This one was for me. I love the Outrunners. The oldest, the youngest tag team. I love how that's their tag name.
yeah,
The youngest tag team ever. Shit.
It was a fast match.
Yeah, of course it was a come on, man. The outrunners don't get paid by the hour, man.
Just go in, get your ass kicked, go up. That's all you
Hey, wait a second. I ain't say all that.
need. Then after that, you have the commentary, pre-taped interview with Tony Schiavone earlier with Hikaru Shida and Tony Storm.
Which was a good interview. I The only thing I would have added was if it was also silent with if Tony did not speak.
Yeah,
Like if the only time that she opened her mouth, you got the silent movie treatment with the big screen that has the words that she's
yeah, yeah.
saying, and then she does just speaking in English. Like, what are you doing? Like, I can't understand you because she can't see the cards.
Yeah,
That would have been great. But anyway, it was still good.
yeah. Yeah, Penta El Zero Miedo versus Swerve Strickland.
I think this was the match of the show for me. Swerves out his mind, grabbing another man's tongue like that. I don't know. But this is wrestling. Keep your tongue in your mouth. You ain't Jordan.
Yeah, good match.
Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
You had a Golden Jets promo, and then the ROH Tag TV Championship. You have Keith Lee versus Samoa Joe.
This was the meat match.
Yeah,
Solid match. I don't know, man. He won the match just to vacate the championship.
yeah. That's
I
what
don't know.
bothered me. You could have easily had Keith Lee at least take the title then.
Yeah, I mean, I would have had him lose, but okay.
But
All right,
then,
we go.
you have like his reasoning for dropping the title is for to fight for the world title. So if he would have lost the title, it wouldn't have taken him out the rankings for the world title. But then again, they don't go by rankings anymore, so it doesn't really fucking matter, right?
This is true.
So,
This is true.
yeah, so it is what it is. Yeah, it's Chris Jericho and Omega backstage. Matt and Nick Jackson kind of challenge each other, so now they're gonna end up fighting eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Then you also had Cassidy having a promo saying, "I need to beat Moxley."
I mean, he keeps messing with him.
Yeah.
He's at some point he's gonna have to show him what is what.
Then you got the Guns versus the Bollywood Boys. That didn't last long either.
No, it did not. Interesting. Were they in Canada?
No.
No. Not even more interesting. Usually the Bollywood, they're only there for Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have Red Velvet versus Julia Hart.
I thought that was all right. Velvet looks like she's taking the time to learn some more stuff. So I'm actually excited to see where she goes.
Okay. I have my issues with Julia Hart, and this was also more on Collision than her match here. Like she's a character wrestler, and she doesn't wrestle like a character, and it's just little things that she does it just annoys the shit out of me. But and I think she's still quite green because even her finisher, she can't even nail it clean at times. So I have my little issues with that, but I guess like I like her interest. I like her.
Well, what happened? Did you watch this one or no?
Yeah, I did watch the match. The match was solid. This one was a better match than I saw on Saturday.
Gotcha. Because I
But
didn't see the Saturday match.
yeah, but Velvet, again, I forget she's there. I forgot she was a wrestler in AEW. To be honest with you, because they don't really showcase their women, so I have no clue who's in that roster anymore. So
Yeah. No, this was her. They said her first match back because she was gone.
yeah,
So I don't know if she was hurt or if she just took time off. I have
yeah,
no idea.
yeah. It is what it is. And then they have the whole thing with the um, blue sky and her terrible acting as well. And then it's like it is what it is. I could tell that she's biting her tongue not to smile. She's biting her lip really hard not to smile. Marcus Briscoe versus Jay White. Solid match.
This one was all right. I didn't really get to watch the entire thing, so you have to fill me in.
It was a solid match. It was good back and forth, but again, You had shenanigans with the Bullet Club, and also you had some good stuff between them two going back and forth though, and it was a good story match for Jay White. Um, and that was the main event. You had Warlow, um, kind of just jumping on MJF in the beginning of the show too. So there's a lot of shit going on. I will give AEW. I'll go with C plus. You know
Well,
what?
I didn't see the main event, so
Yeah,
I can't really give it a full score. But what I saw, I give it a B minus.
yeah.
Plus,
Hey,
I basically saw everything except for the last match.
I'll be more fair. Like the matches itself, like the Omega, no, not Omega, Jay White and Briscoe was good. Lee, Joe was good. The first match was good. The rest of it was just there, and it is what it is. And they're trying to build story, but it is what it is, and I'm just not getting into it. So, and I actually liked the Tony Storm thing, but I'll go B minus as well. I'll give it a little higher score. I did watch Impact Wrestling just to catch up because I've been slacking. You had a really good match between Tasha Steeles and Deanna Purrazzo. Tasha Steele wins. It was really solid. Yeah, Crazy Steve defeating a Tommy Dreamer and by DQ, and I thought I'm actually digging their story, even though I don't like seeing Tommy Dreamer wrestle because he should not be wrestling still. um, yeah, Brian Myers defeated Joe Hendry, and he's kind of doing his own thing with Moose, and I think they're going to line up fighting eventually. You got Will Ospreay. He's gonna fight Josh Alexander soon. I think they're gonna bring that to the next pay per view. He also was on the show. You could tell it was taped because his title was still intact, and now it's broken. Um, on the New Japan show, Finley's son, David Finley, he broke both of the U.S. and the U.K. title with a sledgehammer. Yeah, Eric Young defeat Eddie Edwards, solid match. And then you had Dirty Dango and this Olga Prudis. They defeat Storm Grayson and Nick Diamond. Solid match as well. And then you had the Impact World Champion Alex Shelley defeat Josh Grisham. That was a really good technical solid match. I'll give Impact a B plus. Because solid stories building into the pay per view, and there's a lot of stuff going on, so I like it. Oh, and Trinity next week versus Sunny Kiss.
Oh, okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So yeah, Impact was solid. I tried my best to try to keep up with it. And now we go to Friday Night SmackDown, and we kick off. This is also the show after Crown Jewel, and we kick off with Carlito versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Pro. Bobby Lashley. Solid match. Lashley wins.
Well, there was a bunch of
Oh yeah,
stuff that
I
happened
missed the
before
whole
that.
shit. Yeah, my fault.
There was like a really big promo segment with Rey Mysterio not blaming Santos, and then Carlito comes out and goes, "What about him?"
Yeah,
Pointing at Santos.
he
So
told him directly. He just left in brass knuckles like it was nothing there.
Carlito, not trusting Santos. Rey Mysterio didn't want no problems, and then it goes into the match because the Street Profits and, like you said, the Hurt Profits come out,
Yes.
and then we get the match, which was solid. It wasn't that long, but it was a solid match. At least we got to see Carlito do some stuff. Got to see him do a nice suplex. Got to see him throw himself around.
Yeah.
That's a big boy to be flying around like that.
Yep.
Um, so it was good to see that. But then it goes down.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar, they cannot find it within each other to live and let live. Ray shouldn't have put hands on him, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have put hands on him. Shouldn't
Yep.
put hands on him. That's what
The
you get.
two hit combo though, and then Escobar attack. Oh, shout outs to Kevin Owens being on commentating. I thought he was fucking hilarious throughout this whole show until he got fined.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I appreciated his replays of the punch that hit two people.
Well, yeah, we don't get to that later till later, but I know it was a good part of the show.
Yes, it would be fun. Yeah, BFAB was shown watching the backstage. What else? Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on, but Santo Escobar made his attack and made his tendencies known. Carl saying Jones joins Damage Control despite Bailey's skepticism.
Well, that's what they said, right?
Yep,
I mean, what happened?
that's pretty much what happened.
I thought it was I thought it was interesting,
Yeah,
but she says she forgives her, even though they showed the entire beatdown
yep.
on the big screen to remind everybody in the world what happened. So she had to stand there with a straight face.
But Dakota Kai is making
I would
moves.
just point out, I'm watching the little clip now. I'm like, Bailey had on red pants when she beat her up,
Yeah,
and had on she had on some very uh interesting choice of attire because he's almost wearing the same exact thing. And I am just now thinking like, oh man, Kyrie is gonna kill her. She's gonna kill you. She's gonna stab you in the back.
Target locked.
She's gonna stab you.
Um, I,
So,
I see what they were doing with that, and I actually dug what they were doing with damage control in that beginning segment. Then you also had Bianca Belair arriving, and Charlotte Flair and Asuka all being team up against them as well. But yeah, you gave fuel for Sane to get fucking revenge right
mm-hmm.
now. You got second match of Dragon Lee versus Cedric Alexander. I thought it was as good as the first. I would like the best out of seven. Give some Cedric some matches of that too.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he wants. I hope they give it to him because
Yeah,
it's getting the crowd behind him. You know, you don't need a 1,000 word essay or promo to sell this match. You just need these two guys to do what they do in the ring.
yeah. I still say I have a complaints with Dragon Lee's entrance. I don't like how they present it. It should be the video and then going towards him. But other than that, match itself is really good.
Mm-hmm.
You got LA Knight versus Grayson Waller. Really solid match. Really good promos back and forth with each other too. And I really just dug this stuff. It was really good.
This was also some of my favorite promos on the show.
Yeah.
he was he was talking mad trash about Grayson Waller, and this is where KO kicked in,
Mhm.
100%. He was chiming in right off the back of LA Knight's words. He was dissing him. He was talking so loud that Grayson Waller could hear him from commentary. It was great when he said to LA Knight, "Sure, you can have my water bottle." he just hit him. He hit Grayson Waller in the head and poured the water on. I was like, "Oh my good, so good, so good." This whole match and the commentary, great. Up until KO got himself suspended, great,
Yeah.
great.
But I enjoyed the whole digital showing of the hit that hit two
Ah,
people.
yeah, he was having too much fun with that thing.
Yeah. And then main event was Damage Control versus Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair and Asuka. Really good match going into it, and then you had the missed tag by Asuka, and then a new intentions for Damage Control being a 5 lady group.
She showed any Oscar showed every woman how to use mist
Yes,
because she sprayed Bianca from the corner,
yes,
and you could see it.
yes.
That's
Take
all I'm
notes.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
Take notes.
Yep.
Take notes, Julia Hart. Take notes, Sky Blue. That's how you hit missed.
So we'll see what happens with the group. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna last more than War Games. I have my suspicion that Bailey is gonna pay. That's all I have to say.
Yep.
I think Bailey's gonna pay.
And again, that elbow drop, such beautiful.
Poor Bianca. Two in a row.
She had it coming. I don't know. I'm biased. I like Corey. SmackDown, what do you give it? Oh, you meant.
I give it a S. I told you, I gave it a S because KO had me dying.
Yeah, I'll go S as well. Like,
But
yeah,
the surprise of Asuka joining the Damage Control girls and hugging Kyrie in the ring was great.
yep,
That was good.
yep. I give that. Yeah, I go with S as well. It's S rank. We haven't had S rank in a while, so there you go. I
And
did.
Jimmy,
Go ahead.
we forgot Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
We forgot Jim Uso.
That was funny.
Gotta give credit to Jim Uso. The phone call. No yeet. Oh, I love that. That's so stupid. It's such a small detail
yeah.
that that in universe Roman would call him and say once again, I hate that. And then you hear Jimmy say it in Roman's voice. No yeet.
It
It's too good. It's too good.
was
Too good.
funny. AEW Collision. I watched it. I'm getting
Oh no,
it.
did you watch Rampage?
I didn't watch Rampage.
Gotcha.
I watched Collision though, and
Okay.
Collision is becoming the second Rampage. It's a lot of matches that are kind of a little too predictable that you kind of know exactly who's gonna win, and who's gonna lose. Like this whole card, I looked through the thing. If I would have sold the card, I could pinpoint who's winning, who's losing. So you
Mm-hmm.
had Andrade versus Daniel Garcia. Seeing that they've been building Andrade on Collision, you know who was gonna win that match. But he came out with C.J. Parker.
Okay. That's a good fit.
Yeah,
That's a good fit.
and Miro's not happy.
Well, I don't know. I saw the image of him in the back touching the screen. I don't know what's going on back there.
Yeah, he's getting mad.
What's he thinking about?
Yeah, Nick Wayne versus Dalton Castle. You kind of know where that went.
Dalton Castle won, right?
Nope. Nick Wayne had his crew with him. He had Christian
Oh,
and
all right, all
Luchasaurus. You
right,
know
all
what's
right,
gonna happen
all
there.
right, all right.
And Dalton Castle didn't take the boy, didn't have the boys come out with him. See, and then they came and tried to help him, and then they got chokeslam.
Damn, damn.
Adam Page cuts a promo on Strickland. I thought it was solid, and it was go. They're going to have a Texas Death Match at Full Gear.
Okay, all
You
right.
got LFI, which is that group with Roosh and them. Um, they fought the workhorsemen. You know who wins that.
Who won?
You know who won. There's Roosh, Drasaskio, and the white dude. He's the
Was
white
it
dude.
Peligro?
Yeah,
Uh,
they won. He wins.
I forgot what they call it. It's something. Whatever.
Let's see if they don't have it on here. So, we
Is he like
have
the white mask or something like that?
yeah. Yeah, the horse, the House of Black, made a clear attempt that they're going for the tag team championship. Julia makes a suggestion that her and Statline are going to fight in TBS championship. Um, and then Roger Strong versus Darius Martin. You know who wins that?
He had a match.
Yeah.
He stood up.
Yep. And broke his back. Broke
Damn.
Darius Martin's back.
Damn. Okay. Did he fight with the neck brace on?
No, he takes it off when he wrestles, and then he puts it back
Okay.
on and goes back into the wheelchair.
All right. All right.
Yeah, Tony Khan standing with Daniel Bryan. Bryan saying that this is his last. He is wrestling in London in 2024, and then he's also going to be in All Out in 2025. So they are actually predetermining his injuries for that. He's going to be healed by all those times. I'm getting tired of these announcements because they don't make they're nothing. They're so far away. Like whatever.
That and you can't predict the future because what if he does get hurt?
Yeah,
Damn.
exactly. What if he gets hurt like mowing his lawn? He can't wrestle.
Mhm. You know what I mean? Yeah, he pulled something. Yeah.
You had Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. This is the match I had issues with because again, she's a character wrestler and she doesn't really sell. And then when she sells, it's a little too much. I like Willow a lot, but I think again she has like the wrong end of the deal kind of thing. Like she's losing pointless matches when she should be getting momentum as well. But again, the storyline is more for Julia Hart and then him. And then also I don't like again fix your finisher. Like you're doing a big backflip and stuff like that. At least fix it. You fucking land crooked all the time. I'm just
Hey
saying.
man, I didn't see the show. I have
Yeah.
nothing to say.
Yeah. Yeah, Ricky Stark and Big Bill, they said, no, you're not getting a tag team championship match. And then they found out Tony Khan said, yep, you're defending the tag team against them.
So this is their first time?
So Ricky Stark, pretty much, it was Ricky Stark and Big Bill. So House of Black said they're going for the tag titles. Ricky Stark and Big Bill answered them saying, no, you're not going for tag titles. We are not defending against you. And then they got a message from Tony Khan during the interview saying, nope, you are tough for defending the tag titles at Full Gear.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's like, this
Gotcha.
is bullshit. You had
Have
big.
they
Yeah, go ahead.
have not, right? I have not had a defense since they won, right?
No.
Okay. All right. All right.
You had Powerhouse Hobbs fought local. He murdered a man in front of Big Show. That's pretty much what you need to know. And then you have the main event, which is Lance Archer Putty versus the Righteous versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland.
I feel like they're gonna use the righteous the same way that they used the butcher and the blade.
Yeah, the job is tag team.
That they're gonna be fighting, all the top tier guys, but they're never gonna win
Yep, just like
until they're on ROH TV.
yeah, or fighting jobbers.
This is true.
Um, but I'll give Collision a C plus. Like I like the Andrade Garcia. I thought that was my highlight of the show. The rest it is what it is. Even the main event, I couldn't. It was okay, but I knew exactly who was gonna win, so I didn't really have interest in it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, that's it for the weekend wrestling. We go to podcasts we listen to. Bobby Lashley was on After the Bell. That was a really good conversation.
Hmm.
I did listen to Coachman on Chris Van Vliet. It was a good insight in the backstage of how WWE works in ways and how they own him money and Vince McMahon just ghosted him. It's fucked
Damn.
up.
Damn.
Um, I listened to that. Also listened to his T.J. Wilson again on his podcast, and I always like their interviews. So they're always having really good conversations and stuff like that. So that was actually a really good one. And shout outs to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. If you want to know all your wrestling figure news, listen to them because they have a lot of news going on this week. You listen to anything?
No, I just heard the Bobby Lashley.
Oh, I Busted Open had Mandy Rose on. I listened to that interview,
Okay,
and
definitely
I
gotta
caught
hear
up
that.
with the Big E interview. I listened to that too.
The only one I have to listen to for last week that I was very, very surprised that it was a thing was the Swerve podcast
Oh, I forgot
with
to
Matt
listen to that.
Cardona.
I forgot to listen to that,
Yes, sir.
so I might have to listen to that this week. All right. We go to our wrestling retrospect, and we have a new person I get to pick. Um, you went with the Dudley Boys last week. I think I'm gonna go with the ladies again. Let's go. Let me make sure I didn't pick her before, or we didn't pick her before. And there's. I'm just making sure I didn't pick her before, or we didn't pick her before. And she has not been picked, so I'm gonna go with Tony Storm.
Okay, good stuff.
I know she has a lot of stuff in Stardom. I know she has a lot of stuff in progressive wrestling as well. So she has a long career for as young as she is. She has quite a long career. So timeless Tony Storm will be our pick this one. I've been digging what she's been doing. I think she's my most interesting female in AEW right now.
Yeah, interesting.
I
Yeah,
wish
I mean
Athena been
they
on
got they
TV.
got a good they got a good grip, but they just are surrounded by too many that need seasoning.
Like,
Because Statlander, Willow, and Sheeta are like the best active, and Ruby. But again, that whole Outcast thing was kind of
doo doo. Yes,
it,
it was.
it. It ended on a wet fart. Like
Yeah.
Soraya got her moment, but it ended on a wet fart.
I'm just saying, and this is something I always been saying with Athena. Athena needs to be on Dynamite and Collision.
Yeah, I believe so.
I will 100% have her take this belt from Statlander and
Yeah,
have her start wrestling 1-on-1 in those shows because I feel like Athena is the best woman wrestler in AEW that's not being
yeah.
seen.
I
Period.
agree. I agree.
And it's a damn shame because her matches. That's the only reason why I watch the things on ROH is because she's wrestling on them, and I'll
Hmm.
watch her match. I only will watch her out. And if Claudio's wrestling, I'll watch for Claudio or Eddie Kingston. I'll watch him.
Yeah,
But she's like on it almost every week, and I will just watch what she did.
she fought Hottie Howitzer last week. It's
Yep.
pretty good.
So yeah, check out Athena on ROH TV, I guess. Yeah, so Tony Storm will be our wrestling retrospect. And that's it. We wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Battle Podcast. Thank you for listening, and follow us. You can listen to us on Spotify and SoundCloud. Mark with the mic, and also Recycle Link. And you can follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok. All the Mark with the mic. I've been doing more photos of gaming and stuff like that. I got some photos of like a Dragon Gaiden right now, so definitely check it out when you get a chance. And follow Recycle Link.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That's YouTube. That's SoundCloud, Spotify, and we got a WordPress.
Yep, yep.
Check it out.
Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the jinkies.
He's hungry.